I'll back up to the mat. Make sure I can be seen standing. Let's make an adjustment. Now, what's this box, right? So you can see these two points here, these two points here, is that this upper part of the box, the shoulders, you're gonna do this with me. Just move your shoulders around, right? So this actually, if you notice as you move, your shoulders are the most mobile part of your whole body. Most mobile joints, set of joints, but the most mobile. The shoulders, the hips, let's move these guys around. Just move them around, however you want to move them around. Over to back, side to side, big circles. Just explore how does the hip move. Second most mobile, boop, boop. But we have this core in the middle, right? And I would argue, if we think about where's the top of the box, and where's the bottom of the box, as we're doing things, that it can be very helpful strengthening everything. With that little bit of movement, I've already warmed up, so lose a layer. You might be losing a layer too. We can keep it handy. We often need this layer for Savasana. All right, there it is. So let's just explore a little more movement. So standing hip width apart. Pull your shoulders up. So take this box out of shape by pulling your shoulders up. And then drop them back down and recreate the shape. Feel how your arm bone is in the socket. Way up. All the way down. As your arms pull down, your shoulder blades are sliding down and together in the back, right? To kind of a home base kind of place. Let's reach this arm over and across and let it, really kind of turn the thoracic spine. We're really reaching, maybe soften your knees, and then take it back and around. Whoop. Let's repeat that. Reform the box, break it, reform it, break it, and reform it. So, feeling the arm bone in the socket, right? We can have this habit in life because of everything we're doing. So when we're doing our yoga, let's see if we can put that arm bone in the socket. Sometimes turning the palms forward just takes it into a little bit more of what we call that external rotation here, right? As opposed to internal rotation. We can also feel our collarbone doesn't move, like the arm bones move, the shoulder blades move, the collarbone, the clavicle doesn't move very much, but we can feel like we're lengthening it by doing this external rotation, right? And forming this top edge of the box. All right, great. So the pelvis, here are the hips. So when we just stand, our hips are forward. And so what can we, and if I'm neutral, my tailbone's pretty long if I'm neutral, right? So if I let my hips go back and up, like I'm sort of waving my tail up, we call that an anterior tilt. I can come back to neutral. And if I push everything forward, we call this a posterior tilt. So just kind of wave through those two positions, forward and back, and explore and feel what feels neutral to you, right? Everybody's a little bit different. Some people naturally are here all the time as they walk around. Some people are naturally here all around, all as they walk around, right? And so just sort of see where is your neutral. So I got these striped pants on today, so you can sort of see my stripes move. All right. So what feels neutral to you? And then we also have the ability to kind of, and I soften your knees for this, right? We can sort of swing the hips from side to side, right? So we have that ability to push them one way and then push them the other way. Right? And then it's just fun. So we'll do it from the side. We can make circles too, right? So I can push back. I can push to one side. I can pull it forward, push to the other side, push back again. I can change direction. So take a few circles. It's kind of fun. Okay. So we can break the bottom of the box and restore it, right? Break it another way, restore it, bend it, restore it. Good. So let us take do some sun salves where that will involve hinging the hip, right? Which is we hinge it when we go into chair pose, we hinge it when we do our sun salves. All right. So we turn to the side. So standing. Let's inhale our arms up. If you have a little back bend here, you can take a back bend here, really lengthen your tailbone, right? So the pelvis is in neutral, tipping the shoulder, the box of the shoulders back a little bit. And then exhale and see if you can keep the box in shape as you come forward, hinging at the hip, dropping head heavy down the bottom into this forward fold. Inhale, half lift. There's the box shape is right there. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, reversal one. Dive all the way up, hands in front of your hearts. I'll do one this way. In. Exhale, forward fold. Feel what the box does. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse one. Dive, exhale. Hands in front of your heart. Let's take it one more time. Lovely. Now let's come to the front of our mat, and we are going to sit down next. So let's inhale nice and tall, and exhale equally tall. Super neutral, right? Core is engaged, chest is elevated. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold, so your hands can come down. Take a knee down, take a knee down. Just come around. Take an easy seat. If this is comfortable for you, my right leg's in front, my left leg is behind. If this is uncomfortable, you can sit, in a different manner. So just take a seat that is comfortable for you. And the thing about sitting is that we might have to have it sitting kind of like this, right? Which is wrecking the top of the box with this dropping there. What's nice to find is shoulder in neutral, collarbone broad, and hovered right over the hips, right? So then kind of that box shape is right there. Great. Looking at my notes on the side here. So once we are here, let's move the shoulders around by making circles, right? So lift them up, take them forward, take them down, take them back, and keep making circles just like that. We're gonna go 3 going that way. Let's go the other way, right? So up, back, down, forward, back down and around, and back and down. And when I end there, I kind of feel like I've broadened and I've taken myself into what we call home base, right? When I don't need to do something, I can have my shoulders in home base. So we're sitting on the ground, so it's a little different to move the pelvis, but we still can, right? So I can kind of rock forward and back. So I can sort of move the pelvis, rock forward and back a little bit. And then see what feels. All right, let us do some side stretching and some twisting here. So inhale your arms up and overhead, and then exhale. And I'm not mirroring you, I'm going to the right and take yourself over to the right. So really keep the hips heavy on the ground, and you're twisting the box in this side stretch. Slide over as far as it's comfortable for you. And then inhale up. And now let's turn the box and twist the box by turning our shoulders and our rib cage. Right hand drops, left hand can come onto right knee and look back behind. And then inhale forward. Let's repeat 2 more times. Enjoy the side stretch, heavy hips. Inhale up, heavy hips, turning around. And back and side. And back. Now, let's change the cross. If you're crossed like this, change the cross of your legs. If you're sitting in another way, just kind of shift comfortable. Find this neutral, beautiful, open box place. Inhale up. Let's twist the box over to the side. Heavy hips. Let's turn shoulders and ribcage, look back behind you. And you might naturally have, a little bit more range of motion turning right or turning left. Not be an uncommon thing. We accept our differences. We are asymmetrically symmetrical as humans. Everything down. Great. Let's come around next to all fours. Be in a room with few props at the moment, but if you need something for your knees, you certainly can put a blanket underneath your knees. If it's uncomfortable to be on your knees, you're going to come into all fours position with your hands underneath your shoulders and really broaden that, bring the arm bones into the socket and broaden that collarbone so you feel that neutrality there. If you need to be on fists because you've got trouble with your wrists, that is perfectly fine. And then let's find, it's a little, sometimes the neutrality in our pelvis is a little harder to find, right? So let's go ahead and tip that pelvis up, the anterior tilt, come through what we might perceive as neutral, and then round it to come into the posterior pelvic tilt, right? So just kind of move your hips. See if you can keep your shoulders nice and stable while you move your hips. And then explore until you say, okay, what feels like neutral to me? Does neutral feel like you have a long tailbone? Now, feel how you've got this box shape that's now aimed down on the mat, right? And we're going to explore this today like this in Bird Dog and in Warrior 3. But right now we're going to do no, forgive me, we're going to do cat and cow. We'll do child's pose too. We're going to do cat and cow. So cat and cow is very much moves the box a lot, right? So we'll just pay attention to that as we go. So we're going to begin our cat and cow with an inhalation that's going to lift the pelvis, fill the belly. So I'm purposely anterior tilting, and I'm going to pull my shoulders back. And I'm coming really into a back arch in the top of my cow, right? Feel that. Now exhale and draw everything in as your pelvis drops and your head drops, your shoulders and we've broken the box into. So keep going through this. A moment where the box is intact, and then we shift it into this back bend place, and then we pull back around, and then we shift it into this curved spine place. Just like that at your own pace. You might be faster than me, but slower than me. Stay true to what works for your body, our practice. Little bit, pull our toes together and slide back to a child's pose, letting the arms slide forward, the forehead coming down on the mat. That's comfortable for you, and sliding your hips back. Now your hips may or may not be as low as mine. No worries, you just want them going back in that direction. Your arms reaching forward. You feel how we've lowered that box shape right to close to the mat. Inhale back and reset this all four position in a neutral place. If you need to do any testing, you can do some testing in that neutral place. And again, if you need to be on fists, you can be on fists. We're going to take bird dog next. And what I love about bird dog is it's a terrific strengthener for the whole core system, particularly the back of the core, the pillars of support in your spine. Really strengthen in bird dog. So feel that broad collarbone, shoulders in neutral, pelvis in neutral, and everything's going to stay in neutral while we inhale, lifting left arm and right leg. So the box is intact. The limbs have moved. Then inhale back and exhale the second side. So your concentration in your job is to keep the box of the shoulder and the hip intact throughout the whole bird dog motion. Let's inhale and exhale. 4 times through, feeling this strength building up. Okay, need 2 things in the water. And I'm going to put my glasses on because it would be easier for me to see my notes when I need to take a quick note check. Okay, let us now prepare for down dog. So you might want your hands a little bit forward. And I like to draw my triceps behind me or shine my biceps forward. So regular arms, and here I've turned a little bit. Feels stronger for me. And gotta take my bicep. And I'm going to tuck my toes. So sort of feel your down dog before you get there, right? So almost feel like I'm in down dog, but I've got my knees on the ground. And then let's inhale together, exhale together. And then as we inhale, lift the knees, lift the hips, come all the way up. When you get there, go ahead and pedal. Just comfortably explore, how does your dog feel today? Really draw your arm bones into the socket, broaden your collarbone. Feel the stability of the shoulder, and notice how the box shape is still there, even though we're in an inverted position. And then when you're done pedaling, go ahead, inhale, lift those hips up, so you sort of feel how you've got the box in this inverted place, right? Inhale here, exhale here, inhale here, Exhale. Now, let's add inhaling and dropping forward to plank. So where's the box? Yep, it's still there. Exhale, lift the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale, lift your hips. Right on back. Inhale forward. Exhale. And one more time, let's inhale forward. Take a cycle of breath forward. And then we're going to lower ourselves to the mat. So you can lower your knees and your chest. You can do it in a half chaturanga or you can do a full chaturanga. So you're going to do what you want to do to lower yourself to the ground and untuck your toes. Keep your hands here and keep your neck in line with your spine. So here, I'm arching my neck back. Here, I'm pulling my neck, rounding it. Here, I'm in neutral with my neck. And now, keeping the pelvis really anchored, so the bottom of the box is anchored. Let's stretch the box by inhaling up into cobra. So you could be here, or you could be all the way up into here, wherever you like to be, right? So you're just stretching the box up into cobra, this back bend position, and exhale down. A couple more just like that. Oh, slide once again back to child's pose from this prone place. So you're going to slide back, separate your knees, toes together, slide on back, take your hands back behind you, clasping, roll your shoulders and lift your arms up and off your body, your forehead can be on the mat. Just breathe here for a moment. Take your arms back and around. Come forward to all fours. Let's tuck our toes. And inhale back up to down dog. So triceps back behind you, biceps forward, strong arms ready, strong toes, strong arms ready to lift you right up into your down dog. Exhale here. Inhale again and exhale. Now come up on your tippy toes and exhale. Now walk forward. Take as many steps as you need to take. Walk forward to a forward fold. So your hips are hinged, your knees are bent, everything's hanging down. So the box is kind of resting on your thighs. Inhale, half lift. Feel the box shape, broad collarbone. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale. Hands in front of your hearts. Fantastic. Slight time check. Okay. Great. Now, let us stand in front of our mat. You are hip width apart. Your pelvis is in neutral. Your tailbone is long. Your core is engaged, right? So the glutes can draw in and up. Your chest is elevated. Your shoulders are relaxed in your home base position, right? And the box shape is here. So let's play with some humble warrior. So inhale, nice and tall. And exhale, and step your left foot back, land the heel down, and your front foot and your back may be lined up, or you might be on two railroad tracks, whichever is most comfortable for you. Your front knee, right knee is bent, stacked over your ankle. Let's inhale our arms up. And exhale and take them back behind us, rolling the shoulders back and clasp your hands in the most regular way for you to clasp your hands, right? Really roll those shoulders back and inhale. You're beautifully tall and engaged. And exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. So the knee stays bent and you're just taking the box forward. Inhale up and go forward again. So the arms lift off the body as you go forward into your humble warrior. And inhale up. Exhale last time. In. It's fun to do. Let's do this today. So leave your hands here for the moment and just turn your feet and take yourself into the same position on the opposite side. And then release your fingers, shake them out. And now I want you to clasp in the awkward way. So clasp the normal way and clasp what probably feels awkward, right? To do it the opposite way. Inhale, you're beautifully tall. Core is engaged. Box is created. Exhale. Bow. Humble warrior. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Bow. In. Exhale. Bow. And inhale. Back. Up. Okay. Now, let's pivot the feet. And let's take us back to the first position and release our arms and inhale them up and overhead. The front knee still bent, stacked over the ankle. And now we are going to, so make sure your feet are, you feel stable and comfortable underneath you, right? And inhale up. And now we are going to play with pyramid, which is when we straighten this front leg. So inhale here. And exhale, and as you hinge forward, you're straightening your front leg. And go where's comfortable for you. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here, maybe you're here, and then your hands are on the ground or on blocks. And then inhale, and as you come up, you rebend as you inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up, leaving the arms in the air. Let's take our feet around. Second side. See, when I adjust, feeling wobbly. Left knee over left ankle. Inhale, as we bow, the leg straightens as we bow. You go as low as is comfortable for you. Inhale up, rebend. Inhale up, and this time let's just step out and shake out. Walk around your mat as much as you'd like to. Maybe have a flutter. Now build a little bit of a longer series. So standing in the front of your mat, hip width apart. Let's inhale, nice and tall. When we exhale, let's step the right foot back and land the foot down. Right, so again, you're lined up or you're on two railroad tracks, whichever suits you. Then inhale the arms up and open up into warrior two. So with warrior two, you are opening your shoulders to the long edge of your mat, but the box is a little tilted because you're going to leave your hips where they're comfortable, right? We don't demand that warrior two is here all the way square. Nope. The shoulders open, arm bone still in the socket, right? But the hip is comfortably where it is. Let's inhale, look out over left hand. Exhale, arms up, left arm up, right arm down, reverse your warrior. Inhale your arms up and exhale over to triangle. So you're going to straighten your leg like we did with pyramid. Straighten your leg as you come down. You can be here, you can be here, you can be lower, you can be on a block if you like, that sort of thing. Look up at your top hand, little balance challenge. Just notice where so the top shoulder, you're really open at the top. Your shoulder, your elbow, your hips are comfortable, right? Just notice the change in the box shape. Then inhale up, because you'll really see the difference when we get to warrior three. And exhale. Inhale, arms up. Let's exhale and step out. Inhale, grow taller. And then exhale and step your left foot back. Here's your right knee. And I'm gonna show it to you from reverse consciously. So here's warrior two on the other side. So shoulders are open, long edge of your mat. Hips are comfortable. Inhale, looking out over your right arm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. As you reach, you straighten your leg with pyramid. Go as low as is comfortable for you. Then inhale all the way back up, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. And step out. Okay. Shaking everything out. Let's get ready to add on. So inhaling nice and tall. Let's exhale and step right into reverse warrior. So we skipped warrior two this time. Inhale, arms up. Let's exhale, reaching over into triangle. In, come back up, exhale to reverse. Inhale your arms up. Turn your whole upper body to the front of the mat. And your hip is going to stay here right now, stable as it has been, right? So you're not trying to take your hips forward yet when the foot's on the ground. But when we come up into warrior three, then we will square the hips. Okay, so it's a slow process. So inhale here. And actually exhale and take your arms back, toss them behind you. Let's have our arms here for warrior three. So open, so feel like your shoulders, broad collarbone are lined up with the short edge of your mat. Inhale here. And then when you exhale, you're going to come forward. And as the foot lifts off the floor, you're going to square your hip for warrior three. Then inhale to put it down. And exhale up and over, reverse warrior. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, and just step out. Just change everything. Inhale, nice and tall. Remember, we're gonna exhale and step right into reverse warrior. Got triangle coming up. Inhale, arms up, straighten the leg as you exhale over into your triangle. Inhale back up, breathe in, exhale, reverse. Then inhale, arms up. So just take your shoulders around so you're lined up with the short edge. Your lower body is as it is right now, right? Inhale here, and then exhale and come forward. And as you come forward, take your arms back and down. Boop, boop. And as you come forward, square the hips. Your warrior three. Inhale and step out, exhale, reverse. Step out and take a little bit of a break. So let us have another warrior three, which I'm going to do facing you so that you'll sort of see the process a little bit more clearly of coming into recreating the box once we are up in the air for warrior three. So let's go ahead and so you do it as you're doing it. I'm just turning it to face you. So let us inhale and exhale and step the right foot back. So take your warrior one position, but have the arms back, down and back. I like this position for the arms for this warrior three. So shoulders are facing the short edge of your mat. Hips are comfortably wherever they are, right here. And then inhale, go taller, and engaging your core. And then exhale, you're going to come forward. And as the foot leaves the ground, that's when the hips square, right? So now we've restored the box here, right? Right. I don't stay as long on this side because I have a slight weakness in this left ankle that I'm working on. All right. Okay. Inhale, step out. Second side, inhale, nice and tall. Now the left foot steps back. So find that shape first, right? Comfortable shape first. Take the arms back and down, class. Front knee, right knee is bent. Ready to go. Inhale, taller. And exhale, and as the foot lifts, is when you square the hips with the shoulders. Then inhale and come back up, and you, great. All right, now. Play a little bit with half moon. And we often can do half moon with a hand on the ground or a hand on the block. But I want to play with half moon, just this very high half moon. So we're not going very far with it. But half moon's another example where we're going to start with our hips comfortably wherever they are. And then we are going to square the hips, but squaring them to the side of the room, right? So let's start off by standing hip width apart at the one end or the other of your mat. Inhale nice and tall. And in this pose, your mission is to keep your right foot aiming front, right? So inhale tall here, and exhale, just step back so you're in a warrior one position, right? So wherever the hips are comfortable. So inhale here, and then exhale, put your hands in Anjali Mudra. And for this half moon, I'm going to keep our hands together because it's a little bit easier than having the arms up, which is a little bit harder. Okay, so inhale here, and then just exhale. And I want you to start to tilt forward, but then turn your shoulders and your rib cage to the side of the room, right? And then and your hip is just where it is, right? And then in this front knee can stay bent or the leg can straighten, whatever's going to be comfortable for you. Just come up a little bit and square your hip here, right? Square your hip as you come up. So it's just a little half move. All right, step out of it. Let's go the other way. Inhaling nice and tall, and hands on the mudra. So step back as you create your warrior one position. Inhale here. Start to hinge forward and turn your shoulders, rib cage, thoracic spine has turned, right? You're trying to keep this foot forward as it is, right? And then just come forward a little bit. And as you float up the foot, see if you can square these hips. Fantastic. Love it. Let us come to the front of our mat. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Everything drops and relaxes. We've done a lot, so let's spend a little bit of time here. Put your hands on your elbows and let's just hang out here and relax. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands down. Take your knees to the ground. Let's turn around and let's hold the stand up. So your legs in front of you. And sit up nice and tall, right? So the shoulders set, hovering right over the hips, so the box shape is there. Flex your feet, reach your hands and point your fingers. And then opposite. Release ankles and wrists. They have a lot for us. All right. Us use pose and potentially coming up into Vashisthasana or side plank as our peak pose. I'm going to give you options here. So let's come on our knees, center of your mat, and neutralize your pelvis. Draw your glutes in, core up, chest is elevated, shoulders in that nice neutral position, shoulders right over your hips. As we inhale our arms up, let's take one leg out. So this is my right leg and arms are up. Inhale up. Let's exhale, nice side stretch towards the leg. Inhale, arms up, and exhale. Now we've taken this, so the box is still here, but we've taken it over to the side. Draw your left shoulder blade underneath your arm to really support you here. And you can be here, or you can be here, right? And then I want to build up to a full side plank. So you follow me if you'd like. So this is supported side plank number 1. This is supported side plank number 2. Step your foot in front of you and then come up so you're balanced on the back leg. So that's supported number 2, a little harder than number 1. And then hardest of all would be to be one foot in front of the other or feet stacked in your side plank. And notice in your side plank, restore the box facing the side of your room. Step and lower out of that. Inhale, nice and tall. Ooh. Exhale. Inhale, left leg, arms are up. Exhale, side stretch towards the left. Inhale, arms up. The right arm drops, the shoulder blade comes right underneath. Really support your strong arms here. You're here, or you're here, or you are here, or you are here, or you are here. So do what do you. Square and square. The box restore. All right, so let us all take Vashisthasana one more time on each side so we can kind of just refine it. So you're going to do supported number 1, supported number 2, or full one foot in front of the other, or hardest of all, stacked feet. So you're going to pick your Vashisthasana. So inhale in neutral. And then take yourself into your position of choice. Show you an option if you're here and you like this, you can come around to a plank and then keep coming around to find your other side. If you like that sort of thing, you can do that, or you can have reset it to find your other side. All right, great. Let's come down on the ground. Build our program up quite a bit, so we're have a little bit of a shorter savasana, but if you're watching the video, as long as the savasana as you'd like. So let's come down on your mat and lift up your pelvis and settle your pelvis down. Find that neutral feeling, right? So it's not one extreme or the other. Find that neutral feeling. Lift up your ribs, roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe palms up and find that neutral shoulder feeling. So for the first time in our practice, the box is lying down on the ground. Let's consciously take ourselves into a nice spinal twist. So go ahead and pull your knees towards you. Maybe relax for a moment and hug your knees and rock your sacrum. And then release your arms, tee out your arms, and see if both shoulders are landed down on your mat. See if you can keep them there. Inhale here. And then exhale and drop your knees to the left. In an ideal, sometimes your right hip, your right shoulder would come off the ground. But in an ideal world, you want to try to keep it down. And to help that, roll your head around and look out over your right hand. Let's breathe here, relaxing this spinal joint. out here. Now exhale, drop them to the right this time. Roll your hand to the left. Look out of your left hand. Breathe here. Try to keep this left shoulder down. You do what feels good to you. Inhale, breathe. And as much as you want to move around. Notice how the box is still really supporting you on the ground. And if you lost a layer, you may want to restore your layer. We're going to come into Savasana. If you're ready, stretch your legs and stretch your arms, and let's have your palms face up so that your shoulders really rotate. Broad collarbone as you come into Savasana. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit shorter because enjoy a little quiet here. So into your breath and trace the box. Bring your mind's eye to either shoulder tip. Trace across your collarbone. Feel that broad collarbone there. Back to the joint and then trace down both arm bones. Feel both arm bones are in the socket here. Back to the points and slide down your back and notice how your shoulder blades are the cone base, right behind you, the back ribs. Down your whole torso to get to your 2 points. Face across your transverse abdominis. Notice the neutrality in front of your hips. Circle around the sides of your hips to the back. Notice the neutrality in your sacrum and your tailbone at the back. Just kind of be in your breath and be still for just a few moments. Box shifts this. Stretch. Options to sit up. If you like to roll over on your right side and come that way slowly, you may do that. If you'd like to rock up, you can do that too. So you can take your knees in and start a rocking process. And maybe you rock a few times before you actually sit up. And come into this nice comfortable seated position again. Whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Shoulders hovering over the hips. This front of the eyes closed. Hands on your knees, palms down or palms up. Wherever you'd like to sit, you can take a hand position if you like, drop you like, and us share some final breaths together. So let's inhale through our nostrils. Exhale, sigh it out through the whole box. Inhale, sigh. Shoulder, hip,